If we do see Stokes, Rebel Stokes, get to the final, and if we're to assume that Tex may win his semi-final, another little storyline for you, we could see a rematch for those of you that are supporters or viewers of the YouTube football scene of the most recent Wembley Cup, Rebel versus F2, which is available to watch on a very good YouTube channel. I think it's called Spencer FC or something like that, I'm not sure. Anyway, on with the game. It is Rebel Stokes making the first attack here, flip-flapping his way into the box, but ultimately tackled by Nse Vini. Now, do you think we're going to see this deep defence of Vini that has been utilised for him so far?
There's no reason for Vini to make changes, especially at 0-0. It's been working for him. It's been frustrating people. And his attack, we talk about his defense and how he's been sitting back very deep, but he's been countering so well.
There's a ball from Vini. Chance, first blood, falls to Nse Vini. He just keeps scoring. The opponents keep lining up, and he's knocking them down.
Worst start possible, for Stokes, because you don't want to go down against Vini because he is dedicated and, like I said, definitely sit back and be patient in that regard and wait for you, and then start his counterattacks and try to make those opportunities and create them. So now that he's ahead, you have to chase the game. He doesn't have to adjust anything tactically.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, it's early days in terms of this game, obviously, but Nse Vini's a man or a name that's been on the scene for a long time. I've been aware of him. Didn't think he had this in his locker. I've got to admit, he's really shown serious progression here in Hamburg, regardless of whether he makes the E-World Cup or not. He should be very happy with his performance. Having said that, Stokes, there's a great turn in the box, and he'll be disappointed that didn't go a few feet either side of the keeper. Instead, it was straight at the throat of Van der Sar, and he saved it.
And to remind you guys, last time we saw Vini, he was up against Dubsy, and I will say this, Dubsy is not attacking anywhere near the same level as Stokes. Stokes is an attack-first type of player. He's going to be very aggressive, takes a lot of risk. Even going down a goal should not discourage him because he knows that he's going to score goals. He's not somebody that ever gets clean-sheeted, really. He's going to be a back-and-forth type of player.
Chance here for Stokes with Neymar trying to get past Van Dijk. And it's a big tournament for Stokes as well. He's a player who's had a very good year, arguably been the second best British player of the year, I would say. However, he wants to go one further, this tournament. He wants to potentially win a tournament and really put his name in the conversation of the best players in the world right now. Good turn, got to be a goal. There it is, right on cue. Rebel Stokes equalises, one apiece.
Looking confident. He does a great job here to just wait. Goalkeeper shifts, wrong foots him. Pretty easy finish at that point.
Yeah, lovely finish actually, as Van der Sar had tried to predict where Neymar was going to put it. The goalkeeper movement took him left. Neymar's shot went to his right.
And that is textbook how to beat goalkeeper movement. He had that half second where he just was able to pause and see if Vini was going to commit one way or the other.
I always remember one of the world's most famous strikers, Thierry Henry, doing a kind of finishing score in a video I watched once, and he talked about how he takes that split second before unleashing a shot just to kind of look in the eyes of the keeper and hesitate to see the keeper commit and then readjust his body and his finish. And it's kind of going through in FIFA now with the goalkeeper movement.
I feel like the greatest penalty kick takers in the world are also capable of having that, just a glance or even a vibe, a feeling, where they see the keeper start to shift left, start to shift right, or stay put, and it tells them what they want to do, and it doesn't disrupt their mindset in terms of finishing those 1v1s or taking that penalty kick.
Well, it's like the Pogba run-up right now. Is that not the point of the ridiculously long Pogba run-up? Is to slowly try and put the keeper under pressure as Stokes tries to put his opponent under pressure. Same corner, same result. Another goal for Rebel Stokes, scored by that man again, Neymar.
And this is the first time we've seen Vini down in the last couple of knockout stages. Because if you remember, even against Rafsu, he took a big lead. Rafsu battled back, tied it up, and then it was all Vini once again with those finishes and making opportunities. So we're going to see if he starts to play differently. I mean, he's still got plenty of time. If he makes any adjustments, are we going to still see him sitting back looking to counterattack?
Interesting that Stokes is using Team of the Year Neymar when there's a higher rated 98 version of Neymar available. Is that because of positioning and chemistry, you think?
It's two reasons. Number one, positioning to get full chemistry. Number two, you might prefer him. Maybe you don't have the new foot item at home yet. So you like the old one because you have more experience with it.
Chance for Vini if it falls to him in the box here. I've got a feeling, guys, we're going to see another absolute barnstormer of a game. Rebel Stokes has been involved in some unbelievable matchups this tournament, none less so than the 11-9 slobber knocker he played just a few rounds ago. We could see another one, guys.
Stokes doesn't play boring FIFA, no doubt about it. He's going to go forward. He's going to go forward often and confidently. It's kind of like he said in the interview, he wants to have those back-and-forth matches. He doesn't want to sit through 0-0, a lot of possession battles. That's not him.
Yeah, in many ways, the way this game's going is playing into Stokes' preferred kind of scenario right now. And here's the question for you, Mike. Tell me if I'm being unfair, but have Vini and to an extent Stokes as well had an easier draw in getting this far? You know, they haven't had some of the big names on their side of the tournament that the likes of Tex, Kurt and Desari have had to go through. Am I being unkind?
No, you're being honest. You're making an observation. And the rankings would support you. On the bottom half of the bracket, you had the likes of MS Desari, we had Dolan Mike, we have Rasik, Tex. Even though Kurt's a higher ranked player, a lot of people still would put him in that top 10 situation. He just didn't find himself at many events due to suspension. And the same could be said, Kurt also beat Megabit in the bottom bracket. So if Megabit would have kept advancing, that would have been a matchup that we would have seen as well. So all the high-ranked players in terms of the majority of the top 10 were in that bottom bracket.
And just a reminder, guys, this is the first leg of our first semi-final here in Hamburg. Chance for Neymar again, trying to get it in a very similar circumstance to where 2 goals have been scored for Stokes. Still alive in the box, off the post. Wow. That's the first really good chance Stokes has not taken. 2-1 here. As I was saying, this is the first leg. You're going to see both semi-final first legs together as De Gea gets a crucial hand to that one. And then we're going to take a break and we're going to come back for the second legs of the 2 semi-finals. So me and Mike are just going to set them up for you.
Tell you what, when you watch Stokes attack,
Vini's attacking right now. Eusebio trying to make something happen, but that's died down.
When you watch Stokes attack, he's got the 3 Ds. He's dynamic, he's decisive, and he's determined. You just feel like something's going to happen, that he's going to make an opportunity, that he's going to create some space, or at least to create some havoc, worst case scenario.
Yeah, definitely creating havoc every time he gets into the box. Nearly half time here in this first leg. 2-1 to Rebel Stokes. He'll be very happy with his performance considering he was 1-0 down at the start. That's a fantastic through ball for R9 Ronaldo. Good tackling by Rio Ferdinand. Da Costa sending it down the line. Vini loves these long through balls, but Stokes read that. And Mbappe finds Ronaldo. Vieira. And that's the half. So 2-1 to Tom Stokes of Team Rebel FC. And Nse Vini behind. Fair scoreline on the balance of the game?
Stokes deserves to be ahead. Stokes might feel a little unlucky not to have another goal, actually. Maybe thinks he deserves a 2-goal spread.
Denied by the woodwork.
But either way, he's ahead at halftime. And most importantly for Stokes, that's got to build into his confidence, build into his gameplay, build into that offensive approach that he's got as a mindset. And it starts to put a little bit of pressure under Vini in terms of maybe second-guessing yourself. We've seen Vini finish literally everything. The last couple days, he's not missing any 1v1s, any 50-50s. But now, since you're losing a game, sometimes you have that additional pressure. You start to question, oh, did I need this much amount of power? Oh, I've got to time this green, and you maybe hit a yellow time finish, or hopefully not, maybe a red time finish, or you have a missed touch.
He's still more or less finishing his chances, though. Stokes has just kept him quiet. I can only remember the 1, maybe 2 chances for Vini in that half. And obviously, halfway through the first leg, only a quarter of a way through the semi-final in general. So plenty of time for Vini to try and get back on top. But right now, Stokes in the driving seat. A man who plays without shoes on. How do you feel about that? Have you ever done that at an event?
I like it. Personally, at home, I don't want to have my shoes on either, and I'm sure that plays a big part to him being shoeless.
Yeah, I'm convinced he does own shoes. I think he's choosing not to wear. I think it's a preference. And you know, he's won at least £20,000, so he can get all the shoes a man needs. All the high-quality socks a man needs. Mbappe running down the right side, whipping it in for Vini. And Vini's kind of being kept to long balls and crosses right now. He's not playing any intricate stuff on the edge of the box. Can he make me eat my words here? As Eusebio strikes the ball over. Corner, though. It got a deflection. Vini looking lively in the opening stages of this second half. Mbappe is going to take the corner here. It's going to be an outswinger. Looking for Van Dijk, who he selects. Heads it on. Looking for a teammate. And he gets the ball back quickly. The Rebel Stokes now back on the ball with Ronaldo.
And I may be jumping the gun here, but if Tex were to beat Rasik, Stokes were to beat Vini.
Chance here. Stokes, Hullet. Good block from the opposite Hullet. What were you saying?
Well, if Stokes were to beat Vini, Tex were to beat Rasik, we would have a rematch from London, and that's some of the best FIFA I've seen played from Stokes and Tex if we're going to rewind earlier in the year.
One to look forward to if it happens. Vini still looking for a second goal, despite the fact he took the lead in this match. Ruud Gullit stands over this free kick. Now we've seen Vini do damage from almost an exact same position. Whipping it in, looking for the head. Van Dijk has been selected by Stokes to nullify the threat. Ronaldo's the man that heads it away though. And Neymar can just hold on to this ball for a second for Stokes. Oh, fantastic footwork. Despite the fact he's surrounded by red shirts, he's kept this ball safe. Eventually it's Da Costa who comes. Neymar not giving it up. Be a goal kick.
You could say that resembled Neymar in real life in terms of going through a 1v3, holding on to the possession. Almost drew a corner kick.
Goal kick here for Vini, headed back by the big Dutchman Van Dijk. Havertz now plays it into Neymar. He's got a great ball through to Mbappe. Could and should be a goal. Gotta be! Wow. Miss of the tournament so far.
Oh, and he cooked him too, man. He danced, he moved left, he moved right.
But the keeper's giving it straight to him. Oh, no. I mean, Nse Vini, a penny for your thoughts, sir. Because he was given a freebie when Stokes missed that one-on-one after doing fantastic work, and he's giving it straight back to him. And Stokes wasn't going to miss that one, Mike.
And that's a frustration mistake there from Vini. Makes an error earlier, or just before that, with the through ball that he allows. Stokes, of course, was showcasing some of the skill moves, misses the 1v1. Vini's like, I got to get right back into play. Rushes it, goes short. Kind of a rookie mistake as well. And Stokes isn't going to miss too.
Is the pressure getting to Vini? He knows if he wins this game, he's got a spot at the World Cup. But he's just giving him a goal, and that's uncharacteristic of a man whose defence has been very solid. And Vini's got to play a little bit more urgently. Yes, it's still only the first leg, but Stokes will probably score again multiple times. He's a high-scoring individual. It's a long shot from Vini, and Stokes has done well to kind of keep Vini to those kind of efforts so far. Da Costa flicks it on to Mbappe. Gullit, how crucial could that mistake from Vini end up being? As Stokes comes again with Mbappe, but this time straight into the path of Van Dijk. Player of the year, Van Dijk.
And Stokes has been around the FIFA community for a long, long time. He's one of the originals, actually, from the UK. I remember playing against Stokes in a tournament in 2011.
Wow.
We're going back some years.
Still going strong, unlike you.
Thanks, Spencer.
Listen, you've moved the other side. You're a great analyst and commentator, Mike. We all appreciate you.
I hope you stub your toe.
I've got pretty thick boots on, so I should be all right. Ronaldo. I was never there. At least you made it. At least you played at some events. I never made it.
You know when you get a fresh pizza and it's too hot, right? I hope that you bite into one of those fresh pizza, you burn the top of your mouth. Okay. It'll last a couple days.
That hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
So Stokes looking at his team here. He's 3-1 up in this first leg. Hazard coming on. Hazard, we've seen a few people use Eden Hazard.
I was just going to compliment you as well.
Oh, really?
We did predictions earlier.
Yeah, well,
both your predictions have came true. You said that you're upset in Rasic.
I did. I called that.
Was going to beat MS Desari. That happened. You said Tex was going to beat Kurt.
Yep.
Guaranteed. We saw that happen together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm happy with those. But I had some terrible predictions first few days, let's be honest. The two people I backed got immediately eliminated almost as quickly as physically possible. I backed Zidane, who's still qualified, though, for the FEWC. And then I backed Jogo, who had a great first day, terrible second day. Okay, Vini could really use a goal here. Good ball in the box. Can he find space? He does. What a save! Edwin van der Sar. Take a bow, son. One of the strongest wrists this side of the Mississippi has stopped what would have been a certain goal.
That's a difficult save. Real life as well. It's in that like pocket, very close to the goalkeeper. Can't get down in time, but Van der Sar was ready for it.
What a keeper he's been this tournament. In fact, two Dutch players that have been crucial. I'm not going to actually mention Ruud Gullit, who's a given at this point, have been Virgil van Dijk and Van der Sar in almost every single defence. Solid as a rock.
You could even make a case for Dumfries as well.
Yes, very true. Gullit. Chance. Got to go in. Maldini, though. The throwback. The Italian stallion in defence. Denies entry. to Nse Vini. Ronaldo on the ball. Vieira looking for the ball in behind, but Stokes' defence cuts it out. Nse Vini knocking on the door. Is anyone in? Why haven't they got a doorbell? Chance! Hit it! Van der Sar again makes the save.
And we're seeing more high pressure play now from Vini as well. He's made some adjustments.
Big header. Oh, off the line from Rafael Varane. How important could that be? There's been a few key moments in this game outside of the goals. It's been that mistake by Nse Vini that gave Stokes a goal, and then that clearance off the line from Varane representing Stokes here.
And if Vini's not able to get a goal back in this first leg, that's going to sit with him.
Yeah, 2 goals is doable. You talked about 2 goals being the margin you can afford to give up in the first game. No more, ideally. But Stokes could get another one here. As Eusebio makes waves down the right side, finds Ruud Gullit on the edge of the box, who finds Eden Hazard, the fresh substitute. Lacroix kettering his way into trouble, and what a goal that is. And that is why Real Madrid have just spent the big bucks on the Belgian. That could be an Adidas Player of the Day. It really could. Fantastic work from Eden Hazard and Rebel Stokes.
Put that in the highlight tape. As someone who appreciates skill moves, couple La Croquetas into an advanced spin, which is rarely used at the competitive level. Beautiful. Goalkeeper was not ready, already had been moved, out of position. Stokes takes a quick glance up, says, I've got this, I salute you, thank you very much, Hazard, and we're gonna put that in, gonna tap that home.
Lovely finish on the left foot, and we even saw Stokes' coach Will there, just delighted with it. I'm sure he's very proud at the moment. Been a fantastic performance from the Rebel guys, not just Stokes, of course. Painter going deep into the tournament, only knocked out by a fellow Rebel player. Some coaching performances that have impressed me this event. You've got to say Will of Rebel, obviously. I actually don't know the young lady's name, but the person that's coaching Enes Rasic, doing very well. Obviously defeating Dasari. What's the secret? We need to know.
We have to do an interview. I'd also wouldn't mind sitting down with Tech's coach as well. I've never seen anybody with so many notes.
Oh, we've got to shout out Tech's coach, of course. I apologise. He's actually right next to us on stage as well, so I should have clocked that. Yeah, we've seen the notes, the drawing he's been doing of goats. I mean, if I was Tech's, I'd be asking him to spend his time a little bit more productively, personally. But it's working. It's definitely working.
I'm convinced he's making tech substitutions and formations adjustments to go with the tactics.
Chance here for Vini. Can he get a late goal to give him any kind of hope going into this second leg? Pele plays it in. Ronaldo surely plays the extra pass. I mean, I applaud the effort, but should he just have hit it? It's not over. Got to be a goal. Has to go in. It does. Big goal in the story of this semi-final. 4-2 gives the Brazilian Nse Vini a glimmer of hope.
Stokes is going to regret. That's a poor clearance. I think he thought the whistle was going to be blown. Gets a second chance. Oh.
Ronaldo is never missing that one in a month of Sundays.
And we're back
to Sunday.
Yeah, technically it is Sunday. And we're back to that 2-goal spread that we both talked about. Easy to be able to make that comeback, replace that deficit.
Yeah, but with Stokes, you always get the impression he's going to score more. You know, can Nse Vini keep him quiet in the second leg? As Stokes hits one from distance because he knows the time is up. The whistle will go. Pretty decent performance from Stokes, you have to say, going into the second leg 4-2 up. You know, he did go 1-0 down. So he's bounced back from that. And yes, he could have had a 3-goal margin. That's been reduced to 2 goals. But in general, surely Stokes happy that one.
Has to be.